For anyone over 60, picture this. You finish a light, sensible dinner, confident you're making the best choices for your health. But what if that very healthy plate could be silently setting the stage for a stroke overnight? It won't come with a dramatic warning, no crushing chest pain. The trigger could be hiding in plain sight, in the one food group you've been told is perfectly safe, your vegetables. I'm Dr. Kenji Sato, and welcome to the Senior Wellness Center. My mission is simple: to give you the clear, actionable knowledge you need to navigate your health with confidence. After 64 years, I've seen patients who were doing everything right on paper, yet they still faced unexpected health crises. The truth is, the rules for healthy eating change as we age. And today, we're going to talk about why. Let's begin with vegetable number 1, spinach. For decades, it's been hailed as a nutritional powerhouse, the ultimate super green. It's packed with magnesium, iron, and fiber, all fantastic for strengthening your bones and protecting your heart. On the surface, it's the perfect health food. But here is the critical shift that happens after age 60. Eaten at the wrong time, or with the wrong things, this trusted friend can become a silent foe to your brain. The reason is a compound called oxalates. Spinach is naturally very high in them. Oxalates are tiny molecules that love to bind with minerals, especially calcium. In a younger body, your kidneys are efficient filters and simply wash them away without any trouble. But as we are, two things happen. First, kidney function naturally becomes less efficient. Second, many seniors start taking calcium supplements to protect their bones. This creates the perfect storm for tiny, sharp crystals of calcium oxalate to form in your bloodstream. Over months and years, these microcrystals can build up inside the delicate blood vessels of your brain, causing them to harden and narrow. Think of it like a slow, steady buildup of sand inside a narrow pipe. It doesn't cause a problem overnight, but it gradually restricts the flow. Eventually, all it takes is one small clot to get stuck, cutting off vital oxygen to a part of your brain while you sleep. This is precisely what happened to one of my patients, a retired firefighter named Harold Atzett, and they says he was active, walked every day, and was fiercely proud of his health. Every single night, he ate a large spinach salad, followed by his daily calcium and vitamin D supplement. He thought he was building stronger bones. Instead, he was unknowingly creating the conditions for a stroke. One morning, his wife found him at the kitchen table, unable to speak clearly, his right side weak. He had suffered a silent stroke in his sleep. At the hospital, his brain scans revealed calcified arteries, and blood tests showed high levels of oxalates. With tears in his eyes, he told me, "Doc, I just wanted to stay healthy. I never knew my salad could be the thing that hurt me." Harold's story isn't meant to scare you away from spinach. It's to empower you. So here are the new rules for eating spinach safely after 60. First, timing is everything. Enjoy your spinach at breakfast or lunch. Your body is more active and hydrated earlier in the day, making it easier for your kidneys to filter out those oxalates. Avoid making it a nightly habit. Second, be mindful of your supplements. If you take calcium or vitamin D, talk to your doctor about your spinach intake. This simple conversation can prevent a dangerous interaction. Simply being aware is a huge step in protecting yourself. And third, cook it. Lightly steaming or boiling spinach can significantly reduce its oxalate content, making it much safer while still preserving many of its valuable nutrients. Moderation is key. A handful is fine. A huge bowl every night is a risk. Next up is vegetable number 2, broccoli. We've all been told to eat our broccoli, and for good reason. It's a champion of health, loaded with fiber, antioxidants, and compounds that fight inflammation and support heart health. For years, it has been the gold standard of a wholesome diet. But for the millions of seniors who take blood-thinning medication, this heart-healthy vegetable can hide a dangerous secret. The issue isn't the broccoli itself, but how it interacts with medications that are vital for preventing strokes and heart attacks. The hidden player here is vitamin K. Broccoli is packed with it. Vitamin K's primary job in the body is to help your blood clot. In a healthy person, this is essential for healing. But if you're taking a blood thinner like warfarin or even a daily low-dose aspirin, your goal is the exact opposite. Think of your blood thinner as a key that keeps the blood flowing smoothly. Vitamin K is like a different key. Trying to do the opposite, it works against the medication, encouraging the blood to thicken and clot. When your intake of vitamin K fluctuates wildly, your medication's effectiveness becomes unpredictable. One week, you might eat a lot of broccoli, and your blood becomes too thick, raising your risk of a clot-based stroke. The next week, you might eat less, and your blood could become too thin, increasing your risk of a bleed. This inconsistency creates a dangerous balancing act inside your body, and you won't feel it happening until it's too late. I remember my patient, Clara, an 82-year-old retired teacher who was on a daily blood thinner after a heart valve procedure. She was a picture of health, and her go-to dinner was steamed broccoli with a little lemon and olive oil. She believed she was protecting her heart, but what she didn't realize was that her large, daily portion of broccoli was constantly interfering with her medication. One afternoon, after a mild headache, she suddenly collapsed. At the hospital, we discovered she'd had a hemorrhagic stroke, a bleed in the brain. Her blood had become too thin to clot properly. Her healthy habit, combined with her medication, had created a silent risk she never saw coming. Her story is a powerful reminder that healthy isn't a one-size-fits-all rule, especially after 60. So, what's the solution? It's not to stop eating broccoli. It's about consistency. First, aim to eat roughly the same amount of vitamin K-rich foods, like broccoli and other leafy greens. Each week, your body and your medication can adapt to a consistent level, but not too drastic swings. Second, and most importantly, talk to your doctor. Let them know about your dietary habits. If they know you eat broccoli regularly, they can adjust your medication dosage to work safely with your diet, creating a stable and predictable balance. This simple communication turns your diet from a potential risk into a part of your overall health plan. It's this kind of informed choice that truly protects your brain and heart for the long run. Let's move on to vegetable number 3, romaine lettuce. For many health-conscious seniors, a big, refreshing salad for dinner feels like the perfect choice. It's light, low in calories, and full of vitamins. Romaine lettuce, with its satisfying crunch, is often the star of the show. But that light and refreshing quality hides a risk that grows significantly after age 60, especially when you eat it late at night. The hidden danger isn't in its nutrients, but in its natural effect as a diuretic. In simple terms, romaine lettuce gently encourages your body to release water. During the day, this is hardly noticeable, but at night, it can contribute to a state of overnight dehydration. As we get older, our body's thirst signals become weaker. You may not feel thirsty, but your blood volume can subtly decrease while you sleep. When your blood volume drops, your blood becomes thicker and more concentrated. Think of it like a river, slowly turning into molasses. This thicker blood has to navigate through blood vessels that have also become stiffer and narrower with age, creating the ideal conditions for a dangerous clot to form. One of my patients, a 75-year-old retired factory worker named Leon, learned this the hard way. To manage his blood pressure, he switched to a large romaine salad for dinner every night. He was doing everything his doctor told him, eating light and avoiding salt. Yet, he started waking up with dizzy spells. He brushed them off as just part of getting older. But one morning, he woke up with a weak arm and slurred speech. He had suffered a transient ischemic attack, or a mini-stroke, caused by a temporary clot. His doctors connected it to overnight dehydration, which was making his blood thicker and his blood pressure medication less stable. His healthy nightly salad habit was the missing piece of the puzzle. So, what's the safe way to enjoy romaine? First, make your salad a lunchtime meal. Eating it earlier in the day gives your body plenty of time to balance its fluid levels before you go to sleep, when your circulation is naturally at its slowest. Second, hydrate with intention. If you do have a salad in the evening, make a conscious effort to drink a glass of water with it. This simple act can help counteract the diuretic effect and keep your blood flowing smoothly overnight. Now, after hearing about these first few vegetables, you might be feeling a little worried. It's completely understandable. We've spent our entire lives believing that all vegetables are unconditionally good for us. But I want to be very clear. My goal here is not to create fear. It's to arm you with knowledge, because understanding how your body changes after 60 is the most powerful tool you have. These aren't restrictions. They are adjustment-smart adaptations that allow you to continue enjoying these foods while protecting your brain. Let's talk about a classic healthy snack. Vegetable number 4. Raw carrots. They're crunchy, naturally sweet, and loaded with beta-carotene for eye health. For anyone trying to avoid processed sweets, a raw carrot seems like the perfect guilt-free treat, especially as a late-night snack. But this is where our aging bodies demand a smarter approach. Eaten raw, especially in the evening, carrots can trigger a hidden metabolic roller coaster that raises stroke risk while you sleep. Here's why. Nutritionally, a raw carrot behaves far more like a starch than a fibrous vegetable. Your body digests it quickly, converting its natural sugars into glucose and causing a rapid spike in your blood sugar. In a younger person, the body's insulin response handles this smoothly. But after 60, our insulin sensitivity often decreases. Your body might overreact, releasing too much insulin, which then causes your blood sugar to crash a few hours later, right in the middle of the night. This condition is called nocturnal hypoglycemia, and it's a silent stressor on your system. When your blood sugar plummets during sleep, your body panics. It releases a flood of stress hormones, like cortisol and adrenaline, to raise it back up. These hormones cause your blood vessels to constrict and your blood pressure to surge, a dangerous combination when your body is already dehydrated from sleep. This volatile environment makes the blood stickier and more prone to forming tiny clots in the brain's delicate arteries. I saw this firsthand with my patient Leah, a retired nurse who was incredibly healthy. She had proudly cut out all evening sweets and replaced them with a bowl of raw carrots before bed. She started waking up with morning headaches and a sense of brain fog, which she dismissed as normal aging. Then one morning, she couldn't remember how to operate her coffee maker, a simple task she'd done for 40 years. It was a mild stroke, triggered by the nightly blood sugar swings. Leah was shocked. "I thought I was making the healthiest choice possible," she told me. Her story shows that even the most innocent-seeming habit needs to be reevaluated after 60. The key isn't to banish carrots, but to eat them wisely. First, pair them with a healthy fat or protein. Eating raw carrots with a handful of nuts, a hard-boiled egg, or a scoop of hummus slows down sugar absorption and prevents that dangerous spaghetti crash cycle. Second, avoid eating them as a standalone snack right before bed. Enjoy them earlier in the day when your metabolism is more active and better equipped to handle the glucose. A simple shift in timing can make all the difference for your brain's safety overnight. Now for a food celebrated for centuries as a miracle cure. Vegetable number 5. Garlic. From lowering blood pressure to fighting infections, garlic is famous for its powerful health benefits. Many seniors add it generously to their cooking or even take garlic supplements, believing they're giving their heart an extra shield of protection. And in many ways, they're right. Garlic is a potent, natural medicine. But this is precisely where the danger lies for anyone over 60 taking common medications. When this natural remedy is combined with prescription drugs, it can tip the balance from protection to peril, sometimes with devastating results. The hidden risk is that garlic is a powerful natural anticoagulant. It naturally thins the blood. On its own, this can be beneficial, reducing the risk of clots. But millions of seniors are already on prescription blood thinners, like warfarin, Plavix, or even a daily load aspirin. When you combine garlic, especially in concentrated supplement form, with these medications, you're essentially doubling down on the blood-thinning effect. It's like taking 2 different medications for the same purpose without your doctor knowing. Your blood can become too thin to clot effectively. While this might sound good, it leaves the fragile, aging blood vessels in your brain incredibly vulnerable to rupture. A sudden spike in blood pressure from a cough, a sneeze, or even just turning in your sleep can be enough to cause a hemorrhagic stroke. I'll never forget my patient Thomas, an 81-year-old retired engineer who was prescribed a blood thinner after a minor heart procedure. Wanting to do everything he could for his heart, he started taking a 600 milligram garlic supplement every morning, in addition to adding a raw clove to his dinner. He never mentioned it to his doctor. He just thought, it's natural. It can't hurt. 3 weeks later, he was rushed to the ER with a blinding headache and slurred speech. The scans revealed a bleed in his brain. It wasn't the medication alone, and it wasn't the garlic alone. It was the dangerous combination. Thomas thankfully recovered, but his story is a critical lesson. Just because something is natural doesn't mean it's harmless, especially when you're managing other health conditions. So, here's how to use garlic safely. First, always talk to your doctor. If you are on any blood-thinning medication, you must discuss adding garlic supplements before you start. They can have a powerful interaction that needs to be monitored. Second, stick to the food form. Using garlic in your cooking is generally safe and still provides health benefits. It's the highly concentrated supplements that pose the greatest risk of pushing your blood chemistry too far. And third, listen to your body. If you notice signs of overly thin blood, like easy bruising, frequent nosebleeds, or cuts that are slow to stop bleeding, it's a warning sign. These subtle clues mean it's time to reevaluate with your doctor. Next, we have a kitchen staple found in almost every home. Vegetable number 6. Onions. Raw or cooked, they add incredible flavor and are celebrated for their health benefits. They're full of antioxidants and have been praised for lowering cholesterol and fighting inflammation. They seem like a harmless, essential part of any healthy diet. But once again, for those over 60, especially if you're managing blood pressure, onions come with a hidden caution. Consumed in large amounts or at the wrong time, their powerful natural compounds can create instability in your circulation, quietly increasing your stroke risk. The key compound here is quercetin, a potent antioxidant that also acts as a natural This means it helps relax and widen your blood vessels. In a younger person, this is a fantastic benefit for heart health. However, if you are an older adult already taking blood pressure medication, which is designed to do the same thing, you can have too much of a good thing. The combined effect can cause your blood pressure to drop too low, especially a few hours after your meal, often while you're sleeping. This might sound safe, but a sudden drop can trigger a reactive response from your body. To compensate, your system may release stress hormones that cause your blood vessels to constrict suddenly. This unpredictable cycle of dilating and constricting creates turbulence in your arteries. This turbulence can dislodge tiny bits of plaque or encourage a small clot to form, which can then travel to the brain. Eating large amounts of raw onion late at night is particularly risky because these blood pressure fluctuations happen when your body is at rest and your circulation is already naturally slower. So what's the smart way to enjoy onions? First, think of them as a flavor enhancer, not the main course. Using a few slices in your cooking is much safer than eating a whole raw onion in a large nightly salad. Second, cooking is your friend. Sautéing or roasting onions mellows the potent effect of the quercetin, making their impact on your blood pressure much gentler. This simple preparation step adds a layer of safety without sacrificing flavor. And third, time your meals. If you love onion-heavy dishes, enjoy them for lunch. This gives your body the entire afternoon to manage any blood pressure changes while you are active and hydrated, rather than leaving your brain vulnerable overnight. You're probably noticing a pattern here. The foods we've always seen as simple and healthy operate under a new set of rules as we age. Your body has a new biochemistry, a different level of resilience. Understanding this isn't about giving up the foods you love. It's about wisdom. It's about learning to work with your body, not against it. Adapting your diet to your current physiology isn't a restriction. It's an act of empowerment that keeps you in control of your health for years to come. Now for a summertime favorite and a staple in many diets. Vegetable number 7, corn. Whether it's grilled on the cob, served as a warm side dish, or enjoyed as grits for breakfast, corn feels like classic comfort food. It's sweet, familiar, and has been a part of our meals for generations. But here's a truth that many seniors don't realize. Nutritionally, your body processes corn far less like a vegetable and far more like a starch. When you eat it, its natural sugars are converted into glucose very quickly, causing a blood sugar spike that's surprisingly similar to eating a slice of white bread. For an aging body, especially one dealing with diabetes or circulation issues, this rapid spike is a serious concern, particularly in the evening. When you eat a corn-heavy meal before bed, your blood sugar rises sharply. Your body then releases insulin to manage it. However, the insulin response in older adults can be less precise. Your body might overcompensate, causing your blood sugar to crash too low while you sleep. This nocturnal hypoglycemia triggers a panic response, releasing stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. These hormones cause your blood vessels to tighten and your blood pressure to surge. This puts immense stress on your arteries. At the same time, this roller coaster of high and low sugar can increase inflammation and make your blood more likely to form clots. It's a perfect storm for a stroke to occur overnight. Another hidden issue with corn is its nutrient density. While it does contain fiber, it lacks the powerful brain-protective antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds found in darker, more colorful vegetables like leafy greens or berries. So, you're getting the full blood sugar impact without many of the protective benefits that other vegetables offer. It's not that corn is bad, but it must be treated with the respect it deserves as a starch, not just a simple vegetable. Here are the practical tips to enjoy corn safely. First, never eat it alone. Always pair corn with a source of fiber, healthy fat, or protein. For example, have it with beans, avocado, or grilled chicken. This simple combination dramatically slows down the sugar absorption and prevents the dangerous spike. Second, limit the frequency and portion size, especially of processed forms. Fresh corn on the cob is better than cornmeal, cornflakes, or grits, which are digested even faster. Treat it as an occasional side dish, not a daily staple. And finally, just like with other starchy foods, it's best to enjoy corn earlier in the day. This gives your body more time to stabilize your blood sugar levels long before you go to bed, ensuring your brain has a calm and stable environment while you sleep. Next up is a vegetable that feels elegant and sophisticated. Vegetable number 8, asparagus. Often seen as a clean food, it's a staple in healthy meal plans and detox diets. For seniors looking to avoid heavy, greasy foods, a side of steamed asparagus seems like one of the smartest, safest choices you can make. But its delicate appearance hides a powerful effect that can be surprisingly risky for an aging body, especially when eaten as a late-night meal. The hidden truth is that asparagus is one of nature's most potent, natural diuretics. That means it actively encourages your kidneys to flush water and salt from your body. While this might sound beneficial, especially for someone with high blood pressure, it can lead to a state of quiet dehydration overnight, and that's where the danger for stroke begins. As we age, our bodies are less efficient at regulating fluids, our thirst signals are weaker, so we often don't feel dehydrated even when our blood volume is low. When you eat a diuretic food like asparagus at night, you're accelerating this water loss while you sleep, when you aren't replenishing fluids. This causes your blood to become thicker and more viscous. This thicker, sludgier blood has a much harder time flowing through the narrow and fragile vessels of the brain. The heart has to pump harder, and the risk of a tiny clot forming and causing a blockage increases significantly. This risk is amplified if you're already taking blood pressure medication or other diuretics. The combined effect can drop your blood pressure too much or dehydrate you further, creating a volatile environment for your cardiovascular system while your body is supposed to be resting and repairing. But this doesn't mean you have to give up this delicious vegetable. Asparagus is still a fantastic source of vitamins A, C, and K, as well as you simply need to be smarter about when and how you eat it. First, the golden rule. Enjoy asparagus earlier in the day. Make it a part of your lunch or an early dinner. This allows your body to process its diuretic effect while you are still awake and actively hydrating, ensuring your blood volume remains stable by the time you go to bed. Second, always hydrate with intention. If you're having asparagus, make it a point to drink an extra glass of water with your meal. Pairing it with other hydrating foods, like cucumber or melon, can also help offset the water loss and protect your circulation. And finally, if you're on any medication for your heart or blood pressure, have an open conversation with your doctor. Understanding how a simple food like asparagus interacts with your treatment is a crucial part of managing your health and preventing a silent, overnight stroke. And now for our final and perhaps most surprising vegetable on the list. Number 9, tomatoes. Sliced into salads, simmered into sauces, or blended into soups. Tomatoes are the very definition of healthy eating. They're packed with lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that protects the heart, skin, and eyes. For decades, they have been a beloved staple in countless healthy diets. But here's the truth. most people are never told. For some seniors, especially after 60, this wholesome fruit can quietly create symptoms that mimic a stroke, causing confusion, dizziness, and even numbness. The reason is that tomatoes are part of the nightshade family, and they contain a trio of compounds that can be risky for an aging body. First are histamines and tyramine. In sensitive individuals, these can trigger inflammation and cause blood vessels to unpredictably constrict or dilate, leading to sudden headaches and blood pressure swings. Second is solanine, a natural toxin found in nightshade. While harmless in small amounts, large, frequent servings can irritate the nervous system. And third is their acidity, which can disrupt the delicate balance of electrolytes like magnesium and calcium, essential for stable nerve and vascular function. When these three effects stack up in a body with more fragile blood vessels and a less resilient nervous system, the result can feel terrifyingly like a stroke. Doctors sometimes refer to this as a stroke mimic. It's not a clot or a bleed, but a temporary disruption in brain chemistry and circulation that produces similar symptoms. This risk is highest for seniors who already have circulation issues. Take blood pressure medication or eat heavy tomato-based meals like pasta sauce or soup late in the evening. Remember my patient Clara, who had a hemorrhagic stroke? While the vitamin K in her broccoli played a role, her nightly salads were also filled with raw tomatoes. The combination of blood-thinning medication and the inflammatory compounds from the tomatoes created an environment of profound instability in her system. Her story is a powerful lesson in how even healthy foods can have a dark side when context is ignored. This doesn't mean you must fear tomatoes. Their lycopene is incredibly beneficial. But after 60, they come with new rules. First, cook them gently. Cooking tomatoes not only makes them easier to digest, but also reduces the solanine levels and actually makes the protective lycopene more available for your body to absorb. A warm sauce is safer than a large raw salad. Second, pair them with minerals. Eating tomatoes with magnesium-rich foods, like leafy greens, nuts, or seeds, can help buffer their acidity and support a stable electrolyte balance. This simple pairing provides a protective effect. And finally, like many foods on our list, timing matters. Enjoy tomato-heavy meals earlier in the day. This simple change allows your body to process these complex compounds when it's most active, protecting your brain from instability during the vulnerable nighttime hours. After hearing about these 9 vegetables, from spinach to tomatoes, it's natural to feel surprised. We've spent our entire lives being told to eat more vegetables, and for the most part, that advice is absolutely true. The real lesson here isn't that these foods are bad. The lesson is that after 60 to sexy, context is everything. Your body is different now. Your kidneys filter differently. Your blood vessels are more fragile, and your response to medications and nutrients has changed. What was once harmless can become a risk, not because the food changed, but because you have changed, and that's okay. This is not about fear. It's about wisdom. Knowledge is the real medicine. It allows you to turn food back into a powerful tool for healing, not a hidden threat. You are not powerless in your health journey. In fact, armed with this awareness, you are more capable than ever of protecting your brain, your heart, and your independence. So here's what you can do right now to put this knowledge into action. First, simplify your choices. Focus on whole, nutrient-dense foods, and be mindful of the ones we discussed today, especially in the evenings. Second, time your meals wisely. As a general rule for seniors, it's best to enjoy heavier, starchy, or diuretic vegetables earlier in the day. Keep your evening meals lighter and easier for your body to process while you sleep. Third, stay hydrated. This is non-negotiable. Proper hydration keeps your blood flowing smoothly, and is one of the simplest, most effective ways to reduce your stroke risk overnight. A glass of water by your bed is a powerful tool. And finally, talk to your doctor. Bring this knowledge to your appointments. Ask them directly, how do my medications for blood pressure or my blood thinner interact with foods like spinach, broccoli, or garlic? An open conversation is your best defense. To help you put this all into practice, I've curated a list of some of the high-quality tools and resources I trust, like easy-to-use blood pressure monitors and food steamers. You can find that list in the first pinned comment right below this video. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 9 vegetables surprised you the most? Drop your answer in the comments below. Your story and insights could help someone else in this community. If you found this information valuable, please give this video a like, share it with a friend who might benefit, and be sure to subscribe to the Senior Wellness Center for more essential health tips that can truly change your life. And remember, the choices you make today, the awareness you carry into your kitchen, become the strength, clarity, and vitality you enjoy for all your tomorrows. And if you enjoyed this content and want to continue your journey to a healthier life, check out the videos appearing on your screen now. I'm sure they'll help you immensely. Click on one of them, and I'll see you there.